Peace, peace and light to everyone. I hope everybody is doing good. What's goody mob, as usual, as I always like to say. And I hope everyone is doing well. It's a beautiful day out here, and I just could not resist after being kind of cooped up inside for a while, preparing for Juneteenth. I've been in there working like you know how they have the elves working in Santa's workshop. That's what I've been looking like for the past week or couple weeks actually. Yeah, just been putting in a lot of work trying to get this stuff ready for you guys. On the 17th, I want to have, you know, just a lot to offer for men and women. And that's what I think that I have really been successful in doing, and really diversifying Oshun's Garden designs and bringing you guys some more eclectic cultural wear. And I think it's catching the attention of more people, and I'm really excited about that. Yeah, currency check. This video is kind of still dealing with yesterday I went live and I was talking about breaking up with being broke. So yesterday I was talking about that breakup. So the breakup happens after you do a currency check. And for you guys that are asking, like, okay, so what is a currency check? So this was like given to me, you know, just, you know, from the universe. I was thinking about currency because we, when we exchange money, we call that currency. Money funds, we call that currency. And I like to educate as well as kind of talk to you guys and have dialogue. But to educate those of you who may be a little spooky, okay, so what this is Palo Santo, guys. This is called Palo Santo. It's a piece of wood. Let's take the spookism out for those that may be wondering. So let me educate you. This is Palo Santo. For decades and centuries, ancient cultures use this wood, Palo Santo, like they would burn this wood. And what it does is that it basically neutralizes bad energy. If you take one whiff of Palo Santo, if you've ever smelled it before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is like one of my favorite scents, period, ever. Palo Santo is the bomb.com. Like, even as just a freshener, if you just want to use it as an air freshener, you could totally do that and you would be very, very satisfied. But anyway, yes, so this is to clear all negative energy and to neutralize the space. So even though I'm outdoors, y'all excuse me while I'm lighting it because it's kind of windy out here. Even though I'm outdoors, because of the fact that I realize how powerful energy is, and you know, you just want to be sure that your energy is at the best it can be. So yeah, so this is Palo Santo and it smells delightful, and I'm just gonna put that down on my citrine over here. Y'all see my beautiful citrine chunk? It is so lovely, but I will put that down right here. But anyway, so yeah, talking about breaking up with being broke. Okay, so yesterday I started a conversation about breaking up with being broke. Breaking up with being broke. Like, there's nothing I hear more, and it's the same complaint that I hear more from so many different people, from so many different walks of life, you know, just so many different, you know, backgrounds, who say the same thing. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being broke. But, you know, especially for we as African Americans, black people, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to label, melanated people, let's just say that, melanated people, that is especially one of the things that is really, really relevant, and that is our levels of currency and being able to really be able to build, you know, the lives that we have in our minds and in our hearts, being able to actually manifest that through the use of currency. But yeah, I was thinking about, because I'm a person that always likes to know what the definition of a word is. So currency, from what I read from Webster, for whatever that's worth, but from what I read from Webster, they define currency as moving in, well, they describe it as water or air moving in one direction. So water or air moving in one direction. Okay, so if we strip off the physical definition and we take on the metaphysical definition and we look for the meaning to the word currency, I believe it would be moving energy in one direction. So the metaphysical definition of currency would be moving energy or energies in one direction. Okay, so with that being said, we're talking moving energy or energies in one direction. If we want to fix the issues of currency in our own personal lives, what would be the answer to that question? Let's think about it. Moving our energy in one direction. Okay, so let's break that down to say, okay, this is me. I enjoy doing, A, B, C, D thing. This is my friend here, or my husband, or my wife, or these are my children. I have a connection some type of way to these other people around me. We have like minds. But how do we move energy, as in all of our collected energy, in one direction to get currency? That is the thing that we need to be focused on. Number one, on an individual level, like making sure that all of our energy, and we're moving all of our energy in one harmonious direction, instead of moving our energy to the left to do this, to the right to do this, to the front to do this, to the back to do this. Instead of moving all around, really focusing our energy on one direction. That's not saying that you can't have more than one hustle. You can have more than one hustle, but all your energy needs to be focused in one direction. So you have more than one hustle to get you to what goal? Or is it 50 different goals? Okay, so I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. Or do you just have one goal? So you're doing 1, 2, 3 hustles to get you to said goal. Okay, my goal is to clear my credit, or to fix my credit, or my goal is to relocate. My goal is to buy a home. You know what I'm saying? Not all 5 things at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta knock one thing out at a time. So fix your currency by changing the position of your energy as where you're going. What's the purpose of all this? Like, what's the purpose of all this? So I don't want to make it seem that, you can't multitask. You can multitask. You can have more than one hustle, but where's your energy going? Where is your energy headed? And even with you guys thinking about currency, just think about even electrical currents. Okay, so you're at home, you and your family, y'all are at home, or just you yourself at home watching the television, watching the game, watching the playoffs, and all of a sudden the TV goes blank. What happened? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's investigate. And one of the first things that you should look at is what? The cords. Checking the cords to make sure all the cords are hooked in properly, making sure everything is tight, making sure, everything is where it needs to be so that the signals and all that stuff can be sent to the screen, right? Okay, so even with currency, let's say that the dog has been chewing on the cord, right? Let's say that, one of the cords is loose. It's going to affect the currency. It's going to affect the way that you're able to receive the picture because of the fact that the currency was interrupted. So in your own life, I mean, you need to check the chords. Check the chords. And by checking the chords, you need to do personal inventories, as well as looking at your circle, looking at the things around you that affect you the deepest, to make sure that everything is plugged in and there are no interruptions in the currency. I.e., you have a business. You have, 5 or 6 other, business partners that you're in the business with. Okay, if the currency, if you all are like-minded and you're moving in the same direction, you're having the same goal. What is their goal? What is your goal? If your goals, even though you may have the same passions and the same drive and the same intensity, if your goals are different, the signal is interrupted. You won't get the picture. You guys will be sitting there waiting for these results to come in and never happen because of the fact that your goals are different. So you need to establish that you and your team have the same goal. You need a team of people with the same goal. Your goal may be, some type of an economic gain. Their goal may be some type of a, personal, or maybe even, status, that type of game, versus money or currency. So you got to understand that the purpose of having a goal, it's really, really, really important that you determine not only what your goal is, but when you're building a team, understanding that everybody on the team has the same goal. It doesn't matter how like-minded you are. It does not matter how much, you guys, may be, share different likes and, this, that, and the third. You guys have to have the same goal. So in team building, when you're, looking at your business plan, your business model, and all this stuff, and planning and making preparation, when we're talking about currency, you need to make sure these things are check. I've already check. Not, later down the road when things don't pan out the way in your mind you perceive that they should, you go back and find out, damn, I never really asked the question. I just assumed, because of the fact that, we share like minds, that it would, but I didn't ask the question about the goal. And then that bleeds into even with relationships, especially with relationships, goals, because that affects the people who are the closest to you, affect your currency the most. I'm going to say that again. The people who are closest to you affect your currency the most, or your ability to generate a currency, to generate some currency. So they affect you the most. You look at the chord. Hey, I'm so sorry, but Ra killed my phone. Yeah, Ra killed my phone. Like, it got too hot. I literally just took my phone out of the freezer because it got too hot. Oh my God. Okay, so where was I before my phone had some technical difficulty? Because I am sitting in direct sunlight, because I like direct sunlight. Let me gather myself and come back to you guys. Sorry again, my phone got too hot. I just took it out of the freezer. I was talking about currency. I was talking about those who are the closest to you being one of the greatest determining factors of your ability to generate currency and your ability to basically have that personal currency. So if you are having issues generating currency, one of the things that the first thing I would tell you to do is to look at those closest to you. Are you guys moving in the same direction? If you guys aren't moving in the same direction, then you're going to have those types of problems, just point blank and period. Because he's moving in one direction, she's moving in another direction. And so the currency is just like the equivalent of, like I was telling you guys, having the chewed up cord. Well, the dog chewed the cord up, and you're wondering why you don't see this picture in, your relationships, and not only your relationships, your business partnerships. Why your business, is not at the level that you want it to be. I would ask you those questions. You got to look at that. What are your goals? So basically with currency, just keep in mind, it's all about energy moving in the same direction. If you look at some of the people that we call successful, these celebrity couples, these celebrities, and these groups and moguls and people who have built these businesses, billion-dollar empires, because we're talking about currency, billion-dollar empires. I don't know not one that did it by themselves, number one. And number two, the people who are the most successful are the people who are the most selective about who and what type of energies that they allow in their inner circle. I'm not saying friends as in like, people that you may hang with, people that you enjoy, even people that you love, like really, really love, real love, does not mean that that's the type of energy that will be transferable to something like, a business, you know what I'm saying? A business, or even, any type of venture that involves, just different gifts, skills, and talents. And that ain't nothing to be ashamed of. That ain't nothing to be offended over. That ain't nothing. It has nothing to do with that, because the family always gonna sit at the table. And whoever is closest to you in your inner circle, people, friends, whoever is closest to you is always going to have a seat, but that does not mean that they should be the ones negotiating the business. So we got to understand how important it is for us to just really understand what currency is, that moving in the same direction. And then even if you have people who are, well, I hate to lose this person from the team, because this person, they got this and they got that, and they're connected to this person, they're connected to that business, that group, they know this, they know that, they know how to do this and that. Okay, that's great. But if their goal is different from your goal, it doesn't matter how well connected they are. It doesn't matter how much money they have. It doesn't matter whatever the thing is that's drawing you so closely to them. It doesn't matter, because their goal is completely different from yours. It's completely different from yours. And that's nothing wrong with them. That's not a bad thing. That's not, I don't want to make that seem negative, because it's not. It's not negative, but it's honestly the truth. You know what I'm saying? They're on a different journey. They're looking for different things. They have different things in their mind of what they're trying to get to at this stage in their development. But when you are blessed, put your hand up. Just when you are blessed, man, once in a lifetime opportunities will come that you will meet a person who is going in the same direction as you, with the same goals as you. And when you meet that energy, when that energy is there, you best to know when and how to hold on to it. Don't let previous situations, don't let previous hurt, bitterness, resentment, whatever. Don't let that get distrust, insecurity, whatever. Don't let that get in the way of you adding that cord to your dreams. And then the beautiful thing about it is, it won't just be your dreams. It's both of y'all's dreams, or all of you all's dreams, because you guys' goal and dream is the same thing. It's the same thing. So that's what's going to propel you. That's what's going to make your group or your business stand out amongst everybody else's, because you guys, everybody in the collective is going the same way. That's what's gonna get y'all through beef, internal conflicts. That's what's gonna get y'all through all of that, because you all you have the same mind, in that you have the same goal. But when you got people that got one goal to do this, I want to go over here and do this. Then this other person, oh, but I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do. It's gonna be chaotic. It's never gonna work. Y'all need to just be real about it, in love, and go on ahead and seek out the person or people that will work better for your teams. That doesn't have to mean bad blood between people, just because that's the thing I don't get. People falling out over that stuff. People falling out just because, just because y'all energy wasn't the same, or just because y'all, you know what I'm saying, the currency, the way, the goal or whatever is different. That don't mean that y'all have to fall out. That just means that you got to be mature enough to understand, okay, well, this person is a little bit different than I am, So, it's all about understanding currency. And this is something, I practice what I preach, y'all. I'm practicing this. This is something that I am, even working on in my life, as of right now. And if things go as planned, I probably will not be on social media nearly as much in the very near future. But I'll definitely shoot out the love as much as I can. But I now understand, to get to my goal, one goal, I had to, because I have what people, some people be like, girl, you a little ADD, because my mind can think of more than I can walk and chew gum. You know what I'm saying? I can walk and chew gum. I can do more than one thing. But I had to stop and really take a look at what my most important goal, like what do I want to do the most right now. And then once I singled that thing out, now comes the time for me to start, doing what it takes, or doing what is necessary, even some uncomfortable things. And for me, a free spirit like me, a free, Lord, I'm free. A free spirit like me, giving up my time is one of those things that I despise the most. Like, I really don't like being, punch clock Patty. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like having to, punch in, punch out, punch in, punch out. But, I'm just understanding that it's going to take getting uncomfortable to get to this first goal, so that I can then focus on the next goal, and then the next goal. Because one of the things that was tripping me up and causing me a lot of anxiety is because I was looking at this huge picture of all my goals together, and they were imagine like a big monster with a bunch of faces on them, and each face represented a different goal. And I was like, oh, well, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But then I realized I got to really stop doing that. I got to just single one face at a time. Okay, I'm going to take you out first, take you out next, take you out next. So that's how you have to approach your goals. And if you start taking this approach, I guarantee you will begin to see so much more success in generating currency into your life. And I'm not just talking about the physical currency, the moolah, the Benjamins, all of that, the pesos, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking about that kind of currency, but I'm talking about currency that is way more long-lasting and eternal, and that is, genuine connections with other people, like good people, finding good people. If one of the things that you have been questioning or, really wondering about in your path is, well, why do I keep attracting all these, snake ass people, for lack for a better word, you know what I'm saying? Just snakes. Why do I keep attracting snakes? Why do people keep, people in my circle, people that I trusted, keep betraying my trust? You got to look at, again, your currency. You got to look at that. And when you start checking your currency, okay, because that person's goal in the beginning was to one up you. You know what I'm saying? They saw something they liked in you, but instead of, being man or woman enough to say, you know what, I like that about you. You inspire me, you do. Instead of taking that approach, they take the hater approach. And you got people that's like that because, that's the stage that they're at, for whatever reason. But when you start checking your currency and making sure the people that are the closest to you, again, are all headed towards the same goal. You got the same goal as me. I got the same goal as you. That's what's going to be the thing that holds us together through the bad times. Because it's going to be bad times. It's going to be times, again, that we don't agree. It's going to be times that we don't see eye to eye. It's going to be times that, fundamentally agree. Even to the point of, I want to put my hands on this person. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like with your real people, let's be real. Y'all know what I'm talking about. To the point where I want to touch this person. I don't agree with you on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going to get you past those points right there without falling out, without, all the things that y'all done built together, all the good times that you had together, all the positive things that person brought either to your life, but most importantly to your currency. That's what's going to get you past that. And when you start finding those genuine connections, guess what? You're not attracting snakes no more. You attracting butterflies. You know what I'm saying? You attracting evolutionary people. People that, go into, metamorphosis and they become other things. You know what I'm saying? And as they become other things, it inspires you to become other things. That's when you start attracting that type of energy. So, yeah, check your currency. Check the chords. Check the chords. Alright, so that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I have some stuff as well that I'm going to show you a little bit later that I've been making. But I'm going to let my phone cool off for a little while. And then I'll show you you guys that stuff later. Alright, peace and love.